David, he says, King, take what you want. He says, King, do what you want. And David reasons in himself. If God is going to do something new, if God is going to do something great, if God is giving me a second chance, if God is showing compassion and mercy on me, how is it that I can approach God with something that's not valuable to me? How is it that I can give to God something that doesn't even matter to me? It can't be a sacrifice if it doesn't hurt. It can't be a sacrifice if it doesn't cause effort. It can't be a sacrifice if it doesn't make me uncomfortable. There are certain things that I got to offer up to God that might make me uncomfortable. It might hurt me. It might inconvenience me. I might have to stay up late. I might have to wake up early. I might have to go the extra mile. I might have to do a little bit more. But is not my God worth it? He said, how be it me? How can I, the king, the one that was running and hiding in caves, how can I, the king, the one who God used to unite the nation, how can I, the king that got to dance before the Ark of the Covenant, that remember the oil that ran down my head when Jesse looked over my brothers and anointed me, how can we, the people of God, stand in 2021 after making it through 2020 and all the hell we've been through, all the ups, all the downs, all the disappointment, how can we open our hands to God and give him something that ain't worth anything? Every now and then I just think we ought to be ashamed of ourselves. I'm too tired to read my Bible. I'm too tired to pray. I got other things to do than going to church. After God done woke us up, after he blessed you with promotion, after he opened up door after door after door, after he kept your children safe, after all the things that God has done for you, and here we are, treating God like he the 99-cent store. Y'all, I wouldn't even buy toothpaste from the 99-cent store. And you mean to tell me that there are those of us that we come to the Lord and treat him like the Dollar Tree? That didn't make sense. David said, I understand, Aravna, what you're trying to do here. He said, but my relationship with the Lord is so. How can I offer him something that doesn't mean anything to me? It is almost as if he wasn't even, there's no response given. He just says, it don't make sense. It's a rhetorical question. I mean, fresh off the heels of being forgiven. What sense does it make, church? Understand something, you all. And I say this because there are those of you all who just attend the stream. And I get it. You just attend the stream, you checking us out. I ain't hating on you. I ain't mad at you. But there are those of y'all who've been streaming us for a long time. Yeah, you don't really go anywhere neat for free. Amen. I mean, even after the kids' friends come over for so long, I'm thinking now it's time for you to chip in with the chores. You got to help out around here now. You got to put in to get in now. Amen. I'm saying this, and I want us to understand something because God is taking us to a new place. But we're going to go there on the cheap. I mean, it's not just a place of separating, but it's a place that costs as well. That we can't worship God with things that mean nothing to us. And for the person that complains about being inconvenienced, you ought to be. There ought to be times that our commitment to God inconveniences us. We had to drive from Atlanta last night to get here so I could preach this morning. Everybody know my bedtime 8 o'clock. Everybody know. Soon as we get on the road, I'm yawning. But I told myself, I said, how dare I complain when God has been so good to me? How can I say, God, the journey is, God, you're going to keep me up past my bedtime so I can make it to preach your word when it's your word that offered me my salvation in the first place, when it's your word that gives me hope when I'm down and out, when it's your word that comforts me when I'm lonely. It's your word that's used to regenerate my heart and give me vision and give me insight and give me strength when I'm weary. How can I sit down on a God that has been so good to me? We need to get our priorities straight. We need to get our priorities straight. You mean to tell me that the God of the universe is inconveniencing me? Have you lost your mind? I wish the kids would come and call me an inconvenience. I would go slap off, y'all. I'd be like the Lord, look here, pick which 3 punishments you want. And then me in my benevolent anger, I give them all 3 at the same time. He says that, how can I allow myself to not be inconvenienced by God? Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all, I got 2 cars with cold AC. You don't know nothing. You don't know anything like the pain of taking a road trip from Dallas to Tennessee. Yes. In a big body Mercury Marquis with leather seats, and you driving 80 miles down the interstate, just, you know, they got the old shocks on it, and it's just hot air blowing all throughout the car. And you got all this wind blowing on you, but you're still sweating. I got 2 cars with AC. And you mean to tell me that the Lord got your boy riding clean, and I can't drive to preach his word and do his will? Y'all, we got to get our priorities straight. David said it's a costly place. He said that God has been too good to me to treat him like a cheap date. But not only is it a costly place or it's a threshing place, but this is my last point. It's a meaningful place. I want us to just understand something, you all, because I believe that where God is taking us is special. See, you got to understand when it says the Jebusites, Aravna, the Jebusites. See, when Joshua conquered the land, there were some strongholds or some areas inside the promised land that were still inhabited by the Canaanites. There were areas that, although they were supposed to belong to the people of God couldn't overtake it. And so those strongholds stayed in place until the time of David.